tonight's homework video, we're going to be converting customary weight, and we're also going to be comparing different units of measure. Alright, so as we get started, let's go over some vocabulary. So first of all, weight or mass is how heavy an object is. The units that we're going to be using tonight are ounces, pounds, and tons. So let's get right off the bat in converting. We've been doing this for a few days now, so you should be pretty familiar with it. So we're going from, in our first problem, we're going from 4 tons into how many pounds. So the first thing I say to myself is, okay, 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. And if you didn't already know that, you could be looking at your FSA conversion chart, and that tells you right there. So I'm going from bigger to smaller. That means I need to multiply 2,000 times 4 is 8,000. So I have 8,000 pounds. All right, so the next problem says 362 ounces equals how many pounds? I'm going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. So I look at my FSA conversion chart, and I know that 16 ounces equals 1 pound. Oops. And I know that I need to divide because I'm going smaller to bigger. So 362 divided by 16. All right, so 16 cannot go into 3, so 16 has to go into 36. 16 can go into 36 2 times because 2 times 16 is 32. Subtract and we get 4. Bring down the 2. All right, 16 can go into 42 another 2 times. 2 times 16 is 32. Subtract and I get 10 left over. So that means that I have 22 pounds and my remainder is 10, so that means I have 10 ounces left over. Go ahead and pause the video and you can do the last one on your own. Keep in mind you are going from a smaller to a bigger, so you will need to divide. Alright, so I have figured out that 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So 4,830 divided by 2,000. Now, I know that this may look intimidating to you because we have not done 4 digits divided by 4 digits, but think about it logically. 2,000 times 2 is 4,000. So if 2,000 times 2 is 4,000, I don't think we're going to get any closer to 4,830. So that means it goes in 2 times. If I subtract 4,000, I get 830 left over. Oops, 1 extra 0. And I know that 2,000 cannot go into 830, so that has to be our remainder. So that means that 4,830 pounds is 2 tons and 830 pounds. All right, so let's do a word problem. Now, I've kind of changed the word problem a little bit because I wanted it to look a little bit different. So this word problem reads, a box of books is 80 pounds. The total weight of 2 boxes is 104 pounds. Express the weight of the second box in ounces. So let's decode this problem together. First of all, I know that 1 box, so we'll call this one box number 1, equals 80 pounds. And I don't know what box number 2 is. But I know that together, they both equal 104 pounds. So I think my first step here is to figure out how much this second box weighs in pounds. So if I have both of them together equals 104 pounds, if I subtract the weight of the first box, 80 pounds, I'll find out the weight of the second box in pounds. So 104 minus 80 is 24. So the second box, box number 2, weighs 24 pounds. But if I go back to the question, I know that the question is asking us how much does the second box weigh in ounces. So 24 pounds equals how many ounces? I know that 12 ounces equals 1 pound. I'm going bigger to smaller, so I need to multiply. So 24 times 12. Okay, 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4, and 1 times 2 is 2. I get 288 ounces. Alright, so the second part of this video is comparing across all customary units. So we know that when we compare, we use the symbols greater than, less than, and equal to. So for most of these problems, we may need to convert them in order to solve. So looking here, this is my customary units chart, but you also have your FSA one in your math notebook. You will definitely be using that. Alright, so first let's practice with a few questions. 49 feet, and then it has a blank box for us to either put greater than, less than, or equal to. And then 588 inches. When we are comparing problems like this, it's really important for us to look at the units on the end, because I might make the mistake by saying, wow, 588 is definitely bigger than 49, and then I'll just want to plop in my less than symbol right here. But that is not true necessarily. I don't know yet, because inches and feet are two totally different things. Now, typically, when we compare these problems, what we look for is a common unit. So that means that I need to either convert those 588 inches into feet and compare the two different feet, or I would convert 49 feet into inches and compare the inches. Personally, and this is just my rule, I like to use this, I like to go to the smaller unit. It is much easier to go to the smaller unit because sometimes you might try to go up to the bigger one and you might not have enough to do the bigger unit, and you'll end up doing a lot of work and it'll be really hard. So you definitely can go up to the bigger unit, but I always like to go down to the smaller unit. So what I mean by that is I would take this 49 feet and I would convert that into inches because I know inches are smaller. So I'll take 49 feet and I'll say how many inches is that? And so I know that 1 foot equals 12 inches. So in order to figure that out, I'm going bigger to smaller. I have to multiply 49 times 12. 9 times 2 is 18. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 more is 9. 1 times 9. 1 times 4. Okay, so I have 588 inches. So I go back over here. 588 inches. And would you look at that? They are exactly the same. So that means that I would need to input an equal sign. Okay, go ahead and solve the next one on your own. Pause the video and replay when you're ready. All right, so hopefully you figured this one on your own. I'm going to convert those feet into inches, this 18 feet here. So 18 feet equals how many inches? I know 1 foot equals 12 inches. So 18 times 12 will give me my answer. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 times 1 plus 1 more is 3. And 0, 8, 1. Add them together. We get 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 216. So this is really 216 inches. So now I compare 336 inches to 216 inches. 336 is obviously bigger, so I would need a greater than symbol in there. All right, do these two on your own. You might notice that one is time and one is capacity. So you're definitely going to need to go back to your conversion chart. Okay, so I've gone ahead and worked out the problem along with you. So let's start with this first one. So I converted 4 hours into minutes. So once I figured out that 60 minutes was 1 hour, I multiplied them together to get 240 minutes. So now I can compare. 240 is definitely greater than 150, so I will plug in my greater than symbol. All right, down to the next one, 5 quarts and 9 cups. So I converted these 5 quarts into cups. I figured out that 4 cups is 1 quart. So 5 times 4 gave me 20 cups. So 5 quarts is actually 20 cups. 20 cups is greater than 9 cups, so then I will put in my greater than symbol. All right, this one is a little bit more challenging, but I think it's still a really great problem that we should solve together. So this one says 3 gallons, 2 quarts, and 1 pint. This should be pint, not pints. Who did that? I don't know. And then compare that to 4 quarts and 11 pints. All right, so let's think about this a little bit because this might be a little overwhelming for you right now. When we are comparing, we always go down to the smallest unit because it's the easiest to compare. So if I have all of these different units here, it's quarts, gallons, pints, my smallest one is the pint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert everything into pints and then just compare them. So I'm going to draw my gallon man off to the side over here my King G off to the side over here because this is going to help me so much. I'm only going to go to pints because I don't need the quarts or the cups. All right, so 3 gallons. Remember, I'm making everything into pints. So 3 gallons. Let's see, how many pints are in 1 gallon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I have 3 of those, 3 times 8 is 24. So 3 gallons is 24 pints. All right, 2 quarts. Let's figure out how many pints 2 quarts is. 2 quarts, well, 1 quart is 2 pints, so 2 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, would be 4 pints. So right now I have 24 pints, 4 pints, and 1 pint. All together, 24 plus 4 plus 1 gives me 30 pints. Okay, so all of this together gave me 30 pints. Now let's do 4 quarts and 11 pints. So 4 quarts, we need to make this into pints. I can see here that I have 4 quarts right here. Count up how many pints I have. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 pints are in 4 quarts, and then I have 11. So 11 plus 8 altogether, on this side, I have 19 pints. So now all I have to do is compare 30 pints and 19 pints. Obviously 30 is greater, so I need to put in my greater than symbol. So this looked really, really overwhelming because there were a lot different kinds of measurements here, but really it wasn't that much work. All right, friends, it's time to go on Canvas and take the quiz. Have fun, and don't forget your conversion sheet.